Cowboys State of the Union check. Took all the notes to keep you up to date in my Harry Potter journal. You guys be ready to rock. What's up with Micah, Trevon Diggs, Jarrah? Shotty's here, baby. It is camp time. And the show starts. Meow. What's up, everybody? Off to a hot start, baby. The Theo thing got me. Welcome in to the DLLS Cowboys podcast. It's good to see you guys. Welcome in. It's training camp time. We're here. Football season has arrived, despite the fact that many questions at the presser are not about football. A lot of landman, some sort of cartoon I'm not familiar with. I missed another one. Shout out to Brad Sham, who, when it was his turn to ask a question, said, I don't know if it's okay to ask football questions here anymore, but we're ready to rock and roll. My name is Jeff. I am seated next to former Cowboy wide receiver Jesse Holly.
Oh, Jesse Holly went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
I'd like to dedicate today's show to my big sister in Christ, First Lady T, Tequila Davis. Happy birthday, big sis. I don't have yellow on. I know yellow's your favorite color.
Almost.
Happy 50th. 50, the big 5-0. Happy birthday. I love you. I love you. I love you. Happy birthday, sis.
Okay, I'm going to do one that I don't know personally, but I also love him.
All right.
I don't have to scroll today. I see one in the top right that I'll automatically dedicate today's performance to, the great Robin Williams. Okay, that's who we're dedicating the show to. Jeremy said Sham was about to catch hands from Jerry. Retro Spectro wants to know, who is Micah Parsons?
I heard Jerry say that.
You better believe.
Yeah.
John had it. Just go ahead, John. Let's just do it.
Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Did he not even get his last name right?
Micah Parsons.
Michael Parson.
And that was when he was like, I want you to hear what I'm saying.
No way they paid Michael.
Messed up the first and last name.
You want to hear the lead up too?
Of one of the best players in the league. Yeah. Listen, because he's building up to like, y'all better hear this.
Of all of the people that I've sat down with as a player, of all the players that I've ever negotiated with, Micah Parsons is as savvy and knowledgeable and understanding of his financial business relative to football.
That's our GM.
Yeah.
That's our GM right there, baby. Like
Micah
that.
Parsons.
Do you think him not knowing Micah Parsons' name means that he's not going to get paid?
That's why he doesn't know the agent's number.
He don't know the agent's name. He doesn't know the player's
he's asking folks in the office, give me that agent number, that Michael Parson. I need to talk to the agent of Michael Parson. He's looking through the Rolodex and I can't find the agent number to Michael Parson. We can't get this damn deal done with Michael Parson if I can't talk to Michael Parsons' agent. What's Michael Parsons' agent's name? I don't know his name. That's why we can't get it done. Michael Parsons.
How you going to run a successful business if you ain't got no Schlitz malt liquor? Yeah. Clarence will join us. Clarence Hill is in Oxnard, so he was there for the whole deal, plus the walk-off afterwards. After they do their big old State of the Union, Jerry steps down there, and then people keep peppering him. And so Clarence will have everything that you need to know about Micah Parsons, about Trevon Diggs, about all of these different things. We welcome your questions or comments in the chat. You scroll up a little bit because I have ADHD, and I know I saw a couple of things that I thought were worth addressing, but I already forgot what they were. Just keep scrolling. I'll see if I can remember what they were.
Michael Parsons.
Here we go. Mad props to my man Jerry for standing 10 toes down on business. He don't care what none of you think about how he runs this team. That was one of my big takeaways. Not that we didn't already know this.
Right.
But my man was going through there just like, this is the way we do it. It's the way everybody should do it. And every single point he made, I'm like, man, there's so many ways to tell you that's a bad idea, and that's a bad idea, and that's a bad idea. Oh, you probably shouldn't do things that way either. Like everything he said. But he's just us. He bought it. It's his toy.
And I think that's the way he feels.
It's his. What you want?
I've said this time and time and time again before. Like Jerry, and we'll get more into Jerry, the businessman, and why he blatantly told us to our face that I got other stuff to do than actually be GM. Like I'm busy.
I'm busy.
But Jerry, when you think about it, because I honestly do. I try to look at things from a whole, like the whole picture. And I try to put myself in these situations.
Yeah.
And if I had that much money,
yep,
the things that I would buy for my pleasure. And he said, I haven't worked a day in my life.
In 35 years.
35 years.
This is his yacht.
This is fun to him.
Yeah.
While its evaluation is so great and is probably one of the greatest evaluations that he has in his portfolio.
Yeah.
This isn't the one that he takes serious. And the reason why he doesn't take this one as serious is because it's never come close since he's bought this team to losing money.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten close to the Mason-Dixon line of non-profitability. The other ones require so much attention and so much seriousness because you can look up and the energy company that he owns can be doing. Real estate goes up and down. But the Cowboys have been consistently on the rise for 35 years. Mm-hmm. This is fun to him. This is the big Uno game, the big, Monopoly game to him. That he gets to move all these pieces and have all of it. Like, this is Monopoly to him. The Cowboys are Monopoly. And he told you all today, I don't talk to agents. I don't talk to lawyers, attorneys.
That's below him.
I got 19 other things I got going on.
Yeah.
That really matter, that require my attention and my attention to detail and my stick-to-itiveness and resources. He's like, oh, this football stuff? Hey, hell, you win some, you lose some. You live to see another day. And that is the gist of it all. And this is why the Cowboys are in the state that they are in. This is fun and games to him. And he is a businessman that is winning at the game of football.
Yeah.
Period.
And Jerry said after, so you wouldn't hear this. This is after he was off the podium and was talking to reporters, talking about the Micah Parsons potential contract.
Micah or Michael?
His Michael, our Micah.
Michael Parson.
Unless, like somebody did say in the chat, like Michael Parson is who he can afford to sign. I don't know about Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
He said, there's no anticipation at all. We're just working with what it is. It's not uncommon for me and not anything there's a lot of angst over. He's doing a real good job of being here, and that's important. We are where we are, and I signed the check, period. And I'm not going to let him trick me because I could look at all this and be like, man, we're about to have us a fight. Like, he's not going to take the field. They're still not close. Neither Jerry or Stephen Jones has talked to Micah Parsons' agent. They said the one person who has is Adam Pacifica, who won't take. I'm not taking the shot.
This goes part of the game. What did Adam Pacifica do before he became the capologist and money man for the $10 billion evaluation Dallas Cowboys? What did he do?
So my understanding is that he knows the Joneses from Arkansas time, and that working for the Cowboys, he was the person who trained servers, that like waiter and waitresses.
And
that's the guy that is dealing with Mike. And I don't know him, and I'm sure he's capable at his job. But it is the most Cowboy thing ever, where it's like, yeah, a friend from Arkansas got hired. He's their contract guy.
You're a really good dude.
Thank you.
And a friend of mine. And you've done some really, really nice things for me that has put a nice chunk of change in my pocket.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I need friends like this. I need friends that I can go and be, work on getting servers to get the drink order right, to now being in the front office where I'm handling contracts. Like I need that level. I need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I need that level. I need those type of friends in my life. And I'm not mad at Adam because all Adam did was say, "Can I get a job?" And Jerry said, "What do you know about contract?" Hell, I don't know. I know how to get tips off the receipt and get it dished out to the people who need to get that, out to, get my wait staff right. All right, cool. You're gonna run the cap. You're gonna help me sign.
I'll do it. What's that salary look like? I'll run the cap.
Yeah.
I'll run the cap. So yeah. He was a server, so Jerry decided since he can count tips, he can handle the cap. It is the thing that drives me the most nuts. And again, it depends. I think it depends on my mood that particular day, on if I'm in a good place or not. Because when I'm in a good place, I do say, I totally get it. Jerry is running the Dallas Cowboys the exact way probably that I would run a football team if I had been the one who took out a loan or whatever and bought a football team and things went great.
We all would.
I would sit in the big chair and I'd be like, yeah, everybody. And if my family, yes, all my family, you can all have a job. We're all going to be wealthy together. We're going to work together. We're going to have the best time. It's going to be amazing. And somehow, despite the fact that we're nowhere near the most successful, by the metric of getting to a championship game, we're actually the least successful of the last 30 years in the entire league. We're still going to be the most popular and most profitable, probably the most profitable, I'm sure. Like he said, it's a blessed life for that dude. His life is blessed. The people that it affects negatively are the diehard fan who doesn't care if you're a nice guy, good dad, family loves you, taking care of the people most important to you, all those different things, right?
And now he's about fandom stuff.
And he's incredibly sentimental, man. Now too, which again is a personal trait. Love it. For the job that you want him to do for the Cowboys, not good. Not good. This is not. I shouldn't. Okay. He's talking about Brian Schottenheimer. Jerry Jones mentioned that at the end of last season, he knew that he wanted Brian Schottenheimer to be the guy who ran the offense next year. So basically, if you could read between the lines there, what he's saying is because we do know that they tried to keep Mike McCarthy. But they would have wanted to keep Mike McCarthy, but make sure that the offense is now Brian Schottenheimer. He was the OC. We want you to be the man and all the controls now. Call the plays, design the offense, whatever, right? We knew that was what we wanted from you. But then when he talks about giving Brian Schottenheimer the head job and why he did it, I don't remember if I wrote or texted this one. Hold on. Let me flip through my Harry Potter book. Hold on, we'll see if it's in here. I'll have to look again later. But he was talking about, like, Brian Schottenheimer is doing this for more than him. Like, he's got a daddy in the sky, and he's got a family, and that's the kind of people I want to work with. Do you know how many people have a parent that's not here anymore and a wife?
I got a daddy in the sky.
And so what that really is I've worked with this guy and I know him and I'm comfortable with him and I like him. That's what it is. It's not he's going to win because XYZ. It's I hired him because he's my friend and I knew his daddy. And it all sounds so nice. And the part of my brain that knows that what I'm going to say about it is a lot of people have lost a parent and a lot of people are married and have kids. A lot of them. Like, that is not a unique situation that makes him qualified for anything.
Yeah.
But it's a guy that you liked his dad, and therefore I knew this was the man for the job. Why? Daddy. Sky.
Sky Daddy.
He's doing it for his family.
Sky Daddy's Jesus.
Sky Daddy.
Jesus.
Other Sky Daddy.
Sky Daddy.
Sky Daddy who went to see Sky Daddy. But I hate that listening to that hour because I'm excited. I love that it's football season. Like, they are at training camp and it's time that we're going to start talking about position battles. And there's some of that stuff in my Harry Potter notebook. Like, we've got some of the football stuff and we got Clarence Hill, but we do have Trevon Diggs things and Micah Parsons. We got all the things to talk about. But every time you let him loose on a microphone, the stuff he says, I'm like, nope. You.
And that's the thing is that he is going to tell you, like, he's going to give you the answers to what you're thinking about. Like, is he capable of doing this GM job? And then he'll say things into the mic, and you'll go, he's not.
No,
He's not.
Mm-mm.
But fans will still believe and still line up. As you were talking, I was just scrolling down. I just wanted to see. I just pulled up the last 10 years of just like talking about being profitable.
Yeah.
I just pulled up the last 10 years.
They're doing okay.
The Cowboys.
They're doing all right.
Just attendance.
They're doing okay.
They're number one.
That's good.
And I get that they have one of the biggest stadiums, but they're even in COVID year, they led the league in attendance.
That's nice.
So they're not.
Well, this is Texas. We were allowed to let some people in, right?
Yeah, we
a
had
lot
like,
of places
they
weren't letting
were
anybody in.
they were averaging like 28,000.
They did pretty good. They did pretty good.
Yep.
Clarence Hill is in Oxnard, and he's going to hit us with the scoop of all the things that Jerry had to say, maybe even when the microphones were not on. So Clarence Hill joins us next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
You are the GM of your life, and you get to choose to go to whatever game that you want to go to. Well, let me help you in this. Like maybe our GM should probably let someone help him with the matters at hand.
Yeah. Maybe.
Download this app, the Game Time app. Why? Because one, it's no fluff, right? You go to these ticket sites and you pick a ticket out or two, and you say, oh, this is going to cost me about $150. Cool, I can do that. That's affordable. And then you get to the checkout line, and all of a sudden, $150 for the ticket that you picked out now are $376 because of taxes and fees. Not with Game Time app. You toggle that thing right over, man, give you the absolute price. That's what you're going to pay. And also, hit the seat where you're going to sit at. They give you a panoramic view of the seat that you're going to be sitting. So no obstructed views. Head on over right now and download the Game Time app. Use the promo code DLLS and get $20 off your first purchase. What time is it?
Game time. Who? I'd like to apologize to my friends at Branded Bills because for the first time in a long time, I'm not wearing either of their things today. This is a DLLS shirt, and this is just a hat that I got in Hawaii. I apologize, but normally you catch me in a Branded Bills hat and a Branded Bills tee because I love their stuff. BrandedBills.com is where you go. The promo code is BBDLLS. That gets you 15% off your first order with our friends at Branded Bills. I love the hats. I love the T-shirts. Those are the things that I bought on their website. Now, you can get your snapbacks, trucker hats, fitteds, beanies, T-shirts. They got you covered. Performance, style, all the things. Also, if you have a brand and you're looking to stand apart from the crowd, they got you covered with the best custom headwear. You start your order, and their team will help you create the exact custom apparel that you need. They also have a partnership with 40 colleges as part of their campus collection, including TCU, Texas Tech, and Texas. So head on over to see our friends at brandedbills.com and use the code BBDLLS for 15% off on that first order. Shout out to Branded Bills. It is the DLLS Cowboys podcast, and we are going to turn our eyes westward to the great and powerful Clarence Hill. Let's see if Joe Trahans this thing and can't figure out how to get himself in the frame or if he can get himself squared up. Pop is in the building in Oxnard, and he's got the press conference backdrop doing it right. What's up, Clarence?
On the stage, man. I'm on the stage. I'm right here with the Cowboys on the stage. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Number one.
We can hear you. Can you hear
I
us?
just want to make sure I accomplish that. You know, that's been a challenge sometimes. So I just want to make sure.
Tough. Yeah, but you can hear us too.
I can hear you well. I've been listening to the whole show. I got on early. I listened to you guys talk.
Man, sorry.
You know, it's so crazy because it's just when you listen to it, the press conference, the walk off, so many things go through your mind. And Jerry's here to have a good time. You know, it's funny because we have some reporter that I want to get back to football, and Jerry said, "This ain't about football. Where you been? I don't know if you saw. He said about just about. This is like our show. You keep saying he wants to talk about. We don't just talk football. Jerry doesn't want it to be about football. He likes the landman questions and all the off the field stuff. That's what he enjoys. He don't want to talk about, you know, who's going to be on NFI and PUP and all those generic football questions and who's going to, you know, what are the position battles and what are you looking for? I mean, they worked out three guys. No one asked one question about three guys they worked out. Why'd you work out those defensive ends yesterday, Jerry? That never came up because he was so enamored with all the off the field stuff and telling me how he says, I'm just happy to be out here and get to do this with you guys. And is it about having a good time? Or is it about winning? What's it about? It's about having a good time and being out here and getting to live. You talking about he has such a great life. He enjoys his life. Is it more about get to enjoy your life and get to do things with your kids and spending time with your kids. Talking about the Landman episode, you did a long walk off. So you know why that resonated? Because I was talking about my kids, and everybody can resonate with things talking about your kids, and so he's more appreciative of getting to work alongside his kids than winning now. And nothing wrong with that. I mean, you should want to be able, but it seemed like that's what excites him. That's what wakes him up every day, getting to work with his kids.
Whenever you have, there's a couple things that I observe in life. Whenever you have people talking more about like religion or like family in the face of something that they're supposed to be dealing with, that's when you know it's over. That's when you know it's over. That's when you so when you hear him talking about every other thing but the nuts and bolts of football and how this football team get to the ultimate place that you want to get to in February is the Super Bowl. We talked about it in the first segment. This is fun for him. This is sport now.
Right.
This is no longer competition. And I don't care what he says. I don't care how he says it. He can call on our show. He can see me in the hallway and pull me to the side and fuss me out, and that's fine. This isn't about winning anymore. This is about kumbaya.
Yep.
In my last few years of life left, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have a good time with my sons, with my daughters. I'm gonna do some cameos. You know, I'm gonna do some Netflix specials. We're gonna be on the boat. We're gonna have a good time from here on out. Oh, and by the way, if we just so happen to win a few games,
that'd be cool.
By golly, that'll be all right.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. It'd be the cherry on top. And just getting back to the Micah thing, I mean, he threw everybody. I mean, to me, they were very defensive of how they do business. Because he invoked Emmitt Smith. Well, I go back to Emmitt. Yes, that's the problem. You go back to Emmitt Smith. You guys have waited and waited and waited to sign deals. Okay, waited and waited to sign deals. And other teams are able to do it. It's a pattern with you. Other teams are able to sign their guys early before camp. But you go to Dak and CD and now Micah, it's what's the agent? They keep wanting to blame the agent. Why don't Mulageta call us? And okay, why didn't our friends come? I mean, it's always something. In the fact that, Stephen was quick to say, well, Jerry doesn't talk to any agents. Jerry didn't talk to Ty France. Well, Stephen, did you talk to Mulageta? No, I had to read back. I had to ask that question. Okay. Why is Adam the one talking? Adam cannot ultimately make the deal. It has to be co-signed by Stephen and Jerry. Adam can't make the deal. He's the cap guy. He can negotiate, but he can't ultimately make the deal. Why are you not doing this? And I understand just talking to people, talking to a source. Jerry has no problem paying more. I was told he don't have a problem paying more to make sure he gets it right. And it frustrates me what the media keeps saying. Well, Jerry says he needs to see more leadership. And what does he need to see more? How do you need to see more? Where's he going to see more leadership in training camp? Because Jerry on the walk-off, he talked about patting him on. Well, he's going to be out. He can be patting him on the button because he's not going to be on the field playing. Then in the walk-off, he invokes being in a bomber going to Iraq. You just guys, I mean, I know you saw the stuff we talked about Landman about the finger in the butt, okay? You saw that stuff. I mean,
he said, he threatened he wanted to John Hamm.
I mean, I think he comes to these press conferences looking to go viral, okay? And then, the walk-off, we talked about compared, Micah being with his teammates to go in a bomber going to Iraq, and he needs to be in there and be in the foxhole with those guys and uplift their morale. So that's what he needs to see from him in training camp. The bottom line is he would have signed the deal in March without seeing all this leadership in training camp. So there's nothing more he needs to see.
So I guess it's just going to be a tear up Jerry Jones day, and that's fine. Those happen sometimes. I think part of the reason, his ineptitude as a GM is for 100 reasons. He's absolutely awful at that job. But I think one of them is just there's a combination of two things. One is the scars he's developed from contracts that haven't worked out, but it all circles around him, right? Was the Terrence Steele, was that one of the contracts while Zeke was in Cabo?
No, it wasn't Terrence Steele.
Okay.
No.
Well, Terrence Steele was one of the guys that was
Leo Collins and Jalen Smith.
Okay. But Terrence Steele was he's always been one of the players that they like the way he goes about his business. He's a good teammate. He's a nice guy, really squared away. And so when his team is ready and willing to take what is a, quote, discount if he's going to become something that's really, really good, right? Like, he's the sort of player that some teams would be like, yeah, let's see what else we can do. And some teams, if you really like him, will sign him. And so he gets a nice contract. And they look back at that, and boy, Jerry said it today, just fired a massive shot at Terrence Steele for no reason when he was just like, you think we should have waited on Terrence and Trevon? And poor Joe Hoyt's like, you want me to? That was my question to you. Like, you're the GM. So, like, he has the deals that he looks back at where it's like, well, we signed these guys early, and they're not the player that we thought they would become. Jerry, I don't know how else to say this. That ain't got to do with the best players in football. You know what Dak Prescott was going to become because he was already it. You know what CeeDee Lamb is going to become because he's already it. You know what Micah Parsons is going to become because he's already it. Your misses on Terrence Steele's contract and Jalen Smith's contract, making you wary of signing the best players in the effing sport, is insanity. And that's what it is. It's the scars of a GM who signed bad deals. And so now he just wants to feel perfect about every player that he signs. And you're talking about guys that are no doubters. It's already established. The quarterback that ended up still the highest paid, he'll still be the highest paid a year from now probably, still did it off with his leg snapped in half. And you're talking about, what, just because you sign a guy doesn't mean you're going to have a guy, so I might not want to sign a guy. You signed a guy that you didn't have, and he still took you to the woodshed. The best players have nothing to do with your misses when you're trying to guess at your mid-roster players that you like, and if it doesn't work out, that has nothing to do with the best pass rusher in the sport. There's nothing you have to learn about Micah Parsons. Nothing. And that's just a rant, and I don't know why, and I'm sorry. And hey, Clarence,
you don't have to rant, and see, and that's what he's done. He's gotten everybody rants to ignore the real issue. They messed up with Micah Parsons. These are justifications. He's throwing Diggs and Steele on the bus to justify why they haven't gotten a deal done with Micah. Now you got you ranting about misses. He's not worried about missing with Micah. Let's be clear. He's not worried about missing with Micah. He's not worried about paying Micah early. But let me throw that out there. Throw some chum in the water to get you talking, get you on a rant. Because he was ready to sign Micah to the richest deal in sports, non-quarterback in sports, in March. Okay? He's ready to do that. And there's no problem paying him more now, even though the contract has gone up. Okay, they just haven't gotten the deal done. But he's not really worried about missing with Micah. But he's throwing that out there to give you something to talk about, to justify. Like he's throwing the leadership BS out there. You know, I need to see more. I need to see more. I said, what do you need to see? He said, well, we just got the cap. He's not going to do nothing in camp. What can he show you in camp? I need to see the pass pop. He have passed the past 4 years better than anybody. There's nothing he can show you in camp this year that's going to change that. And he's not going to do anything but pat people on the butt and say, rah, rah, when he gets out of here. And then you say, I love the fact that he's here. I commend him for being leadership because he's showing up to not play, but he's showing up to be with his teammates. So it's just justification for a deal not getting done, is being on the defensive. This whole thing was about being on the defensive because they haven't gotten the deal done. And so, yes, Terrence Steele and Trevon Diggs were collateral damage. He just brought Trevon Diggs out of nowhere. We weren't even talking about Diggs. Okay, we were talking about Micah and why he don't have a deal done, all this leadership stuff. And yeah, we just fired Diggs the other day because he wasn't here for game. He just threw Diggs under the bus and ran over him again.
But if like when you say that that's just like a justification or whatever to get you to do the rants and stuff for a deal not getting done, then like what is his actual reasoning when you say, oh, he's willing to pay and he's willing to pay more now and he's willing to pay? Then why are we not talking about a guy playing football today or tomorrow?
Why ask why drink Bud Dry? Used to be a commercial a long time ago. I don't know. You know, I don't know. It makes no sense, Jeff. It makes no sense.
Clarence, just for clarification on the Micah situation, is he, like, when you say he's there, is he on the Cowboys training camp premises there, or is he in Oxnard there?
Listen, I have not seen him. Jerry and Schottenheimer said he's here. The report say he's here. I have not seen him. They were stretching earlier today before the press conference. He was not on the field, but they say he's here. So I don't know if that means I'm assuming they mean inside the complex. But again, Jerry talked about him patting guys on the butt. He didn't talk about him on the field rush because we asked him specifically, is he just going to be here to a hold in, or is he actually going to practice? And he wouldn't answer that question, which tells you all you need to know about that question. So he may be here, he may be present, but I don't think he's participated just like he didn't participate in minicamp. And then that's the smart thing to do. But the fact that everybody's comfortable being there, Micah said it. I know I'm gonna get paid. But to answer the questions of why it hasn't happened, he has to come up with reasons. He has to give the media something to talk about. He got to give everybody something to talk about, and that's what we're doing. He's giving us talking points of why it hasn't happened, and all of these, platitudes of leadership and stuff I need to see because it ain't happened yet. But again, the bottom line is you haven't called the agent. And you still haven't called the agent. And one of the Cowboys people say, "Why don't the agent call us? Why don't the agent call us?"
That's fair. That's fair.
Is it fair?
No, it's not fair. No, it's not fair. But I don't.
Because Micah, and then we said, "Well, Micah told you to call." I'm not going to get into what Micah said, as he said to me, or whatever else, or supposedly said to me. I said, Micah said it. He told you to call the agent, and he said, "Well, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into what so-called Micah said to me."
I can't stand that is, I hate that this football team doesn't have a decent GM. And I hate that that's what we have to talk about because it's football season. And I'm ready to do the football stuff. But like that press conference, it was all about Jerry and contracts and landman. And so it's like, I want to do football, but we can't do football yet because that's not what they're talking about.
So let me ask you this question. Do the current players on this roster, coaches included, is it enough? Is it enough to overcome the ineptitude of the GM for them to win meaningful games and have a deep playoff run?
It hasn't been enough for the last 30 years.
Not even close.
Why'd it be enough now?
Not even close.
It
hasn't been enough. I think therein lies I think the answer lies in your question. But again, they still have questions about this team. As much as just talking to people, I've talked to other people who feel excited about the offense, insiders who feel excited about what Pickens can bring. And certainly everybody feels good about Dak. Jerry talked about the reason he's confident because he knows Dak is going to be back and healthy and ready to go. Just like they felt last year when they signed him. But they still have unanswered questions on defense. They still have unanswered questions on stopping the run. They still have unanswered questions about the running game. And when you're starting camp, you're going to be without Diggs. You're going to be without Revel. They're start when the Rebels gonna start on NFI, Diggs gonna start on PUP. You don't know when Diggs is gonna be able to play. You still have questions on this team, and then you work out 3 defensive ends, maybe because you don't know if Micah's gonna be out here practicing. So you have to work out defensive ends. See if you need to bolster that position. And you still got Sam Williams coming off of ACL. I mean, there are real football questions on this team that have not been answered. But yes, they feel good. Shotty is motivated to win for his daddy.
Thank you, Clarence. We're going to do football. We're doing football. Clarence, have a great day. I love you, buddy. Can't wait to be out there with you to watch the football. It's going to be super fun. Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast, I see all your super chats. We're going to get to you guys. We're going to talk about the actual football things that they talked about, but also, I don't know if Micah Parsons is there or not, but he's where he always is. Online retweeting stuff.
Is he online?
Micah got some stuff to say next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
As you're getting your man cave ready for the football season, college and pros, make sure you go over and visit our friends at SaturdayNeon.com. What is Saturday Neon? Saturday Neon was started by 2 college friends, buddies. It is licensed collegiate logo neon signs designed perfect for your home, office, or dorm, or man cave, or bar. It is great. It is cheap. I shouldn't say cheap. It is affordable. $75.
Yeah.
And these things last up to 100,000 hours. You're probably asking yourself.
It's a lot of hours.
Almost 11 years.
Dang.
11 years. Just a little bit more than 11 years that these signs last. And they have college, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, and more. So head on over right now to SaturdayNeon.com and use the promo code DLLS and get 10% off one of your favorite signs. Get one for you, for a friend, for anybody. It's the perfect gift Head on over to SaturdayNeon.com. Use the promo code DLLS for 10% off.
And right underneath that sign, you hang that sign right above to illuminate your Rugged Road cooler. It sits right underneath there. You use it as a chair when you have it in office. When you're not going out yet, you have that Rugged Road cooler because it's nice and sturdy. You use it as a...
But then you got to keep getting up every time somebody wants a beverage.
I'm talking about when you're not even beveraging.
Oh, okay.
It's just a nice piece of furniture.
Gotcha.
I think the Rugged Road cooler is. It is stylish. Rugged Road, it's the best cooler in the business. My favorite thing about the Rugged Road cooler, you probably know this, floatability. One of the unique features of the Rugged Road cooler is its ability to always float upright. So you want to float the river? You're hanging out in the pool and you just want to throw your cooler in the pool with you? Go ahead. Be right there next to you, hanging out, ready for you to grab a bev. We love our friends at Rugged Road. It is the best cooler on planet Earth, so gear up and go ahead and get you one. Reliable, durable, built to be used. Rugged Road, your ultimate outdoor companion. Head on over to ruggedroadoutdoors.com. Use the code DLLS. You get 10% off. It's the DLLS Cowboys podcast. I'd like to thank everybody for your super chats. Sorry, Jerry Jones just puts me in a bad mood sometimes. I'm about to watch all my smiles today, the rest of the day. Football, wee! Barrington's in the super chat with a 20 bomb. Is that worth a club pop today, maybe? You think? No?
You know, you need some joy.
I need some joy.
Club Pop, hey, where legends drop. Clarence Hill just can't stop. Breaking news, you gotta hop in Club Pop.
Jerry said the more you can spread it around, the better team you get. They don't spread crap around. No matter what they do or don't take, you're not signing big-time free agents anyway. You're going to not spend any damn money. He says when it's low, that people are coming to you about numbers that are coming up, and you don't know if they're going to go up. You absolutely know that the cap's going to go up because it's gone up every freaking year since you've been in the league, and you're part of the ownership committee. You know exactly how much you're making. You know how much it's going to go up. So stop lying to people. Barrington said that press conference was sad and funny at the same time. Jerry's translator needs a translator. How much more of this can we put up with? This team, by definition, is insane and is allergic to peace. Yeah, there's not going to be peace. I mean, I was surprised he swerved out of his way to run over Terrence Steele. Like, I know they don't like Diggs, but they like Steele. But Jerry, to defend not signing people, is like, think I should have waited on that Steele contract? I'm like, damn, what did Terrence even do anything today?
Imagine if you're Terrence Steele, you're just watching this. You're sitting in the room just watching it. You be like, hell I do? Like,
you're mad at Trevon for not being here in this offseason. You going after me?
You throw me in this? What I got nothing to do with this?
I'm talking about you. Nate's in the super chat. Did you guys see the JJ Watt tweet Micah just retweeted? Jerry's so dang entertaining. All right, Micah Parsons is on Twitter, whether he's at camp or not. So Jerry was talking about the stuff he does where he pretends that injuries in football don't happen, and when they do, I don't know. But he's talking about Micah, and he's like, just because you sign a guy doesn't mean you have a guy. Micah missed 6 games last year. JJ Watt retweeted him saying that and said, anytime you can publicly take a dig at your star quarterback and your star pass rusher simultaneously right before the season begins, you just got to take it. Nothing makes guys want to fight for you more than hearing how upset you are that they got hurt while fighting for you. Micah retweeted it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the Cowboys, baby.
This is why we love it. This is why we love it.
William Cook, the past drives the Jerry, which limits the future. That's interesting you would say that because Jerry specifically said today he doesn't look back.
Multiple times
he looks up. Now, his next sentence was about Emmitt Smith, but he said he doesn't look back. He looks up. But make sure you catch that Netflix documentary that he was watching last night that he mentioned 3 times during the press conference. 3 times.
Is there going to be a watch party?
I don't know, but he doesn't look back at Emmitt in the Super Bowls. Well, I was watching it last night. Did you guys like those? I sure think you did. Elements in the super chat. Welcome to the Jerry Teardown Show. Now condiment free. I do hate condiments. Dylan, my 3 takeaways today were Buicks used to be $5,000. Jerry is a GI doctor.
Yeah.
He's talking about wanting to put gloves on,
but
the prostate doctor. I don't know, butt doctor. And we haven't signed Micah or Michael.
Michael Parson.
Also,
what do you think Michael Parson would cost?
Less. If
we can't get a Michael Parsons out.
Also, this one I texted to myself because I was driving during this one. I don't write while driving. It was a long presser. Part of it I was writing while I was eating my Arby's, and part of it I was texting myself.
You don't wait for. Whoa! First of all, let's address that first.
What?
You eat Arby's?
Oh, I love Arby's, bro. I love Arby's.
Who do I work with?
And here's the thing.
First is Joe with Taco Bell.
I love Arby's.
Now it's you with Arby's.
I don't know how they're in business because I've never had a car in front of me at Arby's. I always just get to go straight through.
What's the mattress place that's like?
I know what you're talking about. That there's never anyone there, but they just stay in business.
They business like Arby's is like they're
doing something.
They're undercover for the mob.
They're doing something in the back.
But the second thing I want to say is you didn't write while you drove, but texting was just as good.
I can text myself while I drive.
Okay.
Because I know where the keyboard is, and I'm just sliding my hand around.
All right.
And you'll see there's a lot of typos because I'm not like looking down at it. I'm just ballparking it.
Oh, it's just like a Clarence Hill.
Yeah. You can't say that. That's on our website.
My bad. Just a Swerve took a
But
badge.
yes.
Swerve take a shot at. Sorry, Clarence. Love you.
And when he's talking about Micah's contract, remember he doesn't look back, he looks up. But he said the contract stuff doesn't bother him because remember, like maybe you lose 2 games and then you get Emmett's deal worked out and go to the Super Bowl, and I'll take that. He said that right after he said he doesn't look back, he looks up. But he always comes up with really weird things like circumcise a mosquito and whatever. This time he went with dangling participles. Participles?
Proprietary.
But he said it twice in one sentence. And I do like when he just when he makes up words.
When Jordan Jones?
Where's his name? Jordan.
Oh no. Jordan Jones. I mean, hell, we got a Michael Parsons.
Because one of my next texts to myself was about Gordon Keith asking a question about the Cartoon Network, and Jerry had no idea what he was talking about, and that was pretty on brand for both, honestly. So yeah, football things. I think I got some football things in here. Did we play the Trevon and Steele thing with Joe? Did we play that whole thing already?
I haven't. We did not play it. We just mocked it.
Okay, we mocked it. Okay. I also want to do that because there's no reason to swerve and run people over, but I did enjoy that it was our former coworker, Joe Hoyt, asking a question, and then where Jerry took it was just to take shots at his own players. And so this was a highlight of the presser for me.
Jerry kind of just talked about, the things that can happen before a contract's up, and that's why you kind of wait for it a little bit. You've done deals, though, early with Trevon Diggs, with Terrence Steele before it was time for it. What's the difference between those situations and a situation like CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons?
Frankly, should we have waited on Diggs and Steele? Oh, you brought him up. I didn't.
You can't turn that around and try to make me answer my question to you. You're the general manager of the football team.
That's gaslighting at its finest. Like, should we? Like, you asked the question, not me. Yeah, I asked you the question. Don't put the question back on me.
Joe did almost get them hands from Jerry. So, Michael, the delusional Cowboys fan. So, Jerry, reason for not paying Micah is his reason for not paying child support. Now, I mean, technically, okay, I understand what he's saying there. I can make that make sense without being super offensive. That was the same thing that you said. He said, I don't talk to the agents, and he said, I don't talk to lawyers. He said, a lot of times when I do these things, and I assume he's just talking about a bunch of things that he's settled in the past. I don't know. Maybe he's talking about other stuff. I don't know. But he's like, I don't talk to lawyers, I don't talk to agents. And so that makes, I don't know. It makes sense.
Don't do that. We don't make things personal here. We keep things football.
No, but I think that's what he meant. Is like I've been involved in legal things, and I don't talk to the lawyer. Like I will talk to whoever is whatever.
I think he talks to the lawyer when he gets in legal.
He says he doesn't. He says he doesn't. He says I don't talk to the lawyers. I talk to the principals. Make sure you watch whatever's on Netflix. He mentioned it 3 times. I enjoyed that Shoddy said, I miss CD. And I miss seeing Sanborn. That was a note that I had.
I got excited.
Shoddy was mentioning.
I got excited.
2 players about how he's excited to be at camp, and the fact that he said Sanborn, I made sure I wrote that because I was like, Jesse's gonna love this.
I heard it. I got excited.
He didn't mention CD and Dak.
No.
He said, I miss CD. I miss seeing Sanborn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My white linebacker, baby. He about to get off. He about to get off. And I also loved, and I'm. Again, I told you when players and coaches talk about really good players, they detail certain things. And when they brought up Mozzie, he's like, "Yeah, saw Mozzie last night.
Looks great.
Looks great. It looks great. He looks great. He looks. Yeah. I was glad to see him. He looks great. Yeah. I was like, he doesn't believe in Mozzie. He doesn't believe in Mozzie at all.
Looks great. Okay, some of the actual football things that did come out of that, and one of the things that Jerry claimed was a focus this offseason. Do you think they got done what they think they got done? Those things are next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. That is a good point by Jason. Jerry Jones has got J.J. Watt watching the Cowboys opening season press conferences. Well, he saw something on Twitter. He would. I'm not hating Sanborn being put on a pedestal. I love it. It just made me excited because I like him.
It made me excited
Jesse
too.
Loved him.
I love it.
Sign up to be a diehard so that you can read Clarence Hill's articles. Jesse,
That don't have typos in
no
it.
typos in the article.
My bad.
There is on the screen. There's a QR code, and you can use that to sign up to be a diehard. Now's a great time for it with Cowboys Camp. There will be a lot of diehard level content coming from out of Oxnard, California, where our boys are getting ready for the season. I think we're just going to have to do shows where we don't talk about anything that has to do with Jerry Jones.
Impossible.
So that I can be happier.
Impossible.
Because I don't want to be not happy.
He's going to talk every day.
I want people to enjoy the show. I don't want to be raging on the show, you know?
But in between.
I want it to be a good vibe.
In between. Well, we're a vibe show. We're a vibe company.
So, yeah, we want you to sign up to be a diehard. We want you to do that. You got the Vegas graphic just hanging around. We also want you to come to Vegas with us. Look at that. Jones on the ball. Can you also pull audio from a game in 1991, third quarter, Raiders?
We don't look down. We look up.
That's right. The DLS road trip. We're going to Vegas because they're going to play the Raiders on, I believe, the 17th. We're going to do our pre- and post-game show out there. And our friends at True Fan Travel want you to come out there with us. So you can go to our website or you can go to truefantravel.com and you can sign up to get up in there with us. It's a all-inclusive 3-night stay at a Vegas resort. Tickets to the game, tickets to I forgot the other VIP parties. You can come to Club Pop Pop.
Ocean Lounge.
Club Pop Pop is mobile. It's wherever we are.
That is true.
That is Club Pop Pop.
That is Club Pop Pop.
So, you can swing through there. And those are the things that I want from you today. I also want you to hit the like button. I apologize for this entire show. I like to be happy. Jerry's not making me happy. It's the DLS Cowboys podcast. We're happy to be with you. We'll knock out some of your super chats, and then we'll get through the things that I haven't gotten through from my little Harry Potter notebook, okay? What super chats have I not gotten to yet? Let's hit it. TC, Texas. Phil Maffa is physically the same back as James Conner. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Do you guys think maybe Clayton Adams had something to do with the pick of Maffa? Okay, so Clayton Adams comes from Arizona. James Conner is a powerful runner. Phil Maffa was a powerful guy at Clemson. I get what you're saying. But I do want to tell you this. Because I wrote it down.
Who did Shotty mention?
I want to tell you this because I wrote it down.
Tell us who Shotty mentioned.
Because somebody asked Brian Schottenheimer about the running backs and how they look and all that. And he did say, look, running backs at OTA is tough.
Yeah.
Because that job it's physical.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can't see anything when you're running through without anybody touching anybody. But then he said, Javonte looks great. Miles Sanders looks great. We're excited about Jaden. That's Jaden Blue, your 5th-round pick. We like the versatility of Lipke. And then he said, and of course, we have Deuce. He named 5 running backs. First of all, for Deuce, that's probably unfortunate too. And of course, there's a Deuce or whatever. Like, that's not a big endorsement. But he didn't even say Phil Maffa's name. It's a 7th-round rookie running back out of Clemson. So I don't think that's a great start.
Not a great start.
And you could tell as he was working his way towards Lipke and Deuce that the Rolodex was running in his mind. He's like, who are our running backs? Who are our running backs? Who are our running backs? And he knows them. Like, I'm not saying Shotty doesn't know who the players are, but he worked his way through and down it and never got to Phil. So I'm not going to come into camp with the highest of hopes. I do think he's got a chance. Because I do think that the veterans that you brought in kind of iffy. Michael is LaMarcus's family member. After watching that interview, I'm more convinced now that Jerry is just a figurehead in the organization. I think if he was just a figurehead, they'd win more games. I think he's in there mixing it up. I think he's the man up there. But, so there's that. Let me see. Hold on. Flip through here. What was the football stuff that I had? There was some football. Might have lost it. Oh, Jerry talked about the things that they addressed. The things that held them back last year that they feel that they have addressed and why he has hope that, and he didn't say, I think we're going to, this hurt my heart too, although I think it's realistic. Like he never said, I think we're going to be good. He said why I think we can surprise and be better than people expect.
Yeah.
So like he knows the Vegas numbers and that they're favored in 6 games and their over under was 7.5, and like the reasons that he thinks they can be better than that, which puts you at 8 or 9 wins, which is about where I probably got him going into this. And one of them was just Dak Prescott exists.
Which,
yes.
if we're being
Yes.
fair,
Yes.
that's
good.
That's a good card to play.
That's good.
That's that. I don't know if that's big Joker, but it might be little Joker.
Yeah, because he said the things that held us back last year, we feel like we've addressed. And so Dak was the second thing he mentioned. The first thing he mentioned was the offensive line, because he's going to go to his grave that Zeke was still a monster last year and we just couldn't block. So the biggest things that held them back last year was that Dak got hurt and offensive line. And so
those are major things, though.
They are major things, but I also think there's more things, and that he whittled it down to our quarterback isn't hurt anymore, and the first round pick that everybody gets, we used ours. That's the solution to all your problems, is that the quarterback isn't dead or paralyzed, and we used our pick that we have. That's how we got better.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. You get better when your starting quarterback is in there. You're a better football team with Dak in there, right? That's not a.
You're a way better team.
You're a way better team.
You're a way better team. I just didn't like when you say like the things that held us back. Okay, what about run defense? What about
there is no run
pass defense?
There's no run defense. It's never been about the run defense.
It's a part of it.
They're not looking to right that wrong.
Like, hold on, let me see. I don't know if it's a text or if
because
I wrote
that
it.
goes back to the initial thing that we talked about when it comes to being a GM and you really doing what you have to do to better this team. This team ain't been about stopping the run in the last 15 years. And they showed you more of that this year. They went and got guys who on the last leg, guys who've been around this league and with multiple teams and are rotational guy, but they didn't go and address the real problem in the middle. You can't bank another year on Mozzie Smith finally being that guy. Greg Ellis sat here and told you.
Yeah.
And for you people, yes, you
What
people.
do you mean, you people?
When Greg Ellis, who played along the defensive line, when Greg Ellis coached along the defensive line, when Greg Ellis played for and then coached under the defensive coordinator that coached the guys and was in every meeting and at every practice, and he comes on our show and he tells you something about a player and you go, oh, I disagree with that. You sound stupid.
You're allowed to disagree.
You can. You can also sound stupid.
You think Greg Ellis might know what he's talking about with a guy that plays not the same position, but on the defensive line like he did and that he coached? You think that he might have a handle on what he's saying?
No, I
Maybe.
mean, not a guy that was there every day of the year and watched every single practice and watched every single piece of film of this player and was exclusively talking to the person who was the defensive coordinator of that team. I think he might know a thing or two.
About a thing or two. What's the super chat that somebody said is going to get me in trouble? Element. Jeff should take a Fireball drink every time Jerry comes up so he can be happy. I'm sure the show would totally not go off the rails. I mean, I got a good... You know how Jerry has a high tolerance for ambiguity? I got a pretty good tolerance for Fireball.
Nah, but 2 shots, you'll get loose.
6.
6?
Yeah, about 6. 5 or 6.
How many did you have on draft night?
Just a couple, 2, 3. What did you want the Cowboys to do to address the run defense? That's a fair question. And my answer to that is something. Something. I think one of my Jerry Jones qualms is inability to admit a mistake or too much patience. And I think this factors into everything that we've talked about Jerry and how this organization is run. I think it goes to everything we've talked about. I didn't know this had a rubber band that would keep it closed like that. Pretty kick. This Cowboys team should be built as if Mozzie Smith does not exist. Should be. It should be. It should be built as if Tyler Guyton doesn't exist. But it should be. Just because you used a first-round pick on a guy doesn't mean you have to drown with him for multiple years. If Tyler Guyton wins the left tackle job this season, but you had brought in some sort of vet that's like better than Chuma Edoga, like an actual, like that dude can start in the NFL type of player, they should have done the same thing at nose tackle. And if your third-year first-round pick shows up and is better than that guy, sweet. Right. Got a couple of nose tackles. And if Tyler Guyton comes up and beats out a vet at left tackle, sweet. Got a really nice backup. But they just, like, cheap is a mean-sounding word. But I think it's not just money, but anything of value that Jerry Jones has used on something. When you tell him you need to fix this, he says, I already paid for that. Like, what do you mean I need to get a nose tackle?
We got McDonald's at home.
I used a first-round pick on a guy.
We got McDonald's at home.
Right. I used a first-round pick on my left tackle. I used a first-round pick on my nose tackle. What do you mean I need to use one? I already did. And I'm like, yeah, but he can't play. And I think the best GMs and the best teams don't give a half a toot about how you got here or what you make. If it looks like it ain't working, then I'm going to bring in somebody else to make sure that it is going to work. Now, if you put in the work and it turns out that you can do the job, that'll be wonderful for everybody. But if not, I'm not just going to sink my season at the end of it, go, well, you know, we had a first-round pick there. I don't care. I don't care.
And because, like what you just said, what came to my mind was, this is why we won't get some of these newer coaches into the fold here. Because that's their way of thinking. The new age coaches and the new age GMs, they think that way. They think because they know that I don't got a long time. I don't have 18-year job security. I got 2 to 4 years to get this done. So if I look over there and he ain't getting it done, he's gone. I don't care where you drafted him at. We're getting rid of him because my leash is very, very short. And so I got to get the guys out there that's going to be able to produce for me right now.
That's perfect. Now, go up the ladder one rung. Because it's the exact same thing that Jerry was talking about with how he runs his team and how other teams run their team, where he's talking about GMs. You see, if a general manager makes these mistakes and signs these bad contracts, well, then somebody else has to come and clean that mess up. Mm-hmm. And he was using that as reasoning for why the way the Cowboys do things is better. Now, their lack of results versus literally every other team in the NFL in terms of getting to a championship game would tell you that the way they do things is wrong. But like he is using that as evidence that teams are doing it wrong, I'm doing it right. Where I think what that evidence tells you is that that's called accountability.
Right.
If you sign bad contracts, you draft bad players, you build a team that is not competitive enough, yes, it's the next guy's job to do it, to clean it up, because you've lost that job.
Oh my.
And Jerry can't lose his job.
Right.
And that's not a good thing. That's a lack of accountability.
Right.
You have no accountability to anyone. And it's evidenced by no team in football would have the same GM for 30 years that hadn't had postseason success. No one. But this one will. But it's not about...
He paid for it.
It's not... JC waits till the show is over to go to Philly chat. No, I hate Philadelphia. I hate the Eagles. Sports hate. I hate them all. I want the Cowboys to win every game and every Super Bowl. The owner doesn't care if they do. I want them to. And that's why I get mad at him. But I also want you guys to always be here. And I always want to have a good time broadcasting about a sport that I really enjoy and the team that I want to win. But the guy who runs the team, yes, drives me bonkers. He drives me bonkers. Knight wants to trade Mozzie before we can't get anything back. That ship might have sailed. Probably. Maybe. Probably. But they're not prepared. Trade him and do what? Tell the 7th round rookie you were playing every nose tackle snap this season?
Sink or swim, young fellow.
Well, all right. I'm going to do what Jerry's doing this year. Dak, I also think you're really good. Go win the Super Bowl, brother.
I gave you $60 million.
It's you. It's just you. Micah, maybe we'll pay you next year. Maybe you'll hold out for 2 weeks and then I'll pay you and we'll win the Super Bowl like we did with Emmett.
Or we'll find Michael Parsons.
We'll find
Michael Parson.
And Michael Parson will definitely take a lesser offer.
Yep.
I don't know about how much. That would be the ultimate coup de grace for Jerry's career as a GM.
You know how
Is
Deion
he gives a contract to the wrong player because his name was similar to the guy he meant to sign.
You know how Deion showed to the combine as Leon Sandcastle?
Yeah.
Micah should show up as like Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons.
Be in the stands.
All right. Well, hey, we're at training camp, okay? And I do like that. And it is football time. It's football time in Texas, but in California. So let's rock and roll. We're going to have a time. Happy day. What day of the week is it? Really? Happy Monday, everybody. See you tomorrow. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everybody, including Jerry. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
Michael Parson.
We all silly like the mayor.